Salam alaikum and hi. My name is Ibrahim Jabir.
I'm Firdaus.
فاطمة شيازة شريفتين.
مزعود سالم ألو ثاني.
SCCC Campaign Stage 2. Introduction. So the problem statement to identify the effect of consumerism in the life of a typical UTM student as well as a Malaysian family. A detailed audit of the all good purchase within 1 week for the two groups must be carried out. Have four objectives. So the first, to identify the effect of consumerism in the life of a typical UTM student and Malaysian family. Second, to carry out a survey of the all goods purchased within 1 week in typical UTM student and Malaysian family. Third, to investigate the underlying factors of the individual consumerism habit and lifestyle. Fourth, to analyze, benchmark, and justify the data for each country and compare the data with those from Malaysia and the others country.
Lifestyle goods and purchases. According to Lin and Angeli in 2011, lifestyle can be defined as the interests, opinions, behaviors, and behavioral orientations of an individual, group, or culture.
Carbon footprint calculation. So the carbon footprint basically is a device that measures how much carbon dioxide it fulfills a lifestyle. So carbon dioxide is a gas emitted from fossil fuel sources. So these emissions have contributed to the unnatural warming and climate change of the atmosphere and the earth. So how to calculate carbon footprint emissions? So the first, we have to count the member of your household. Second, consider the size of your home. Third, evaluate your food choices. And fourth, examine your water consumption. Fifth, determine how many household purchases you make each year. Sixth, tally up your annual transportation scores.
Scientific manner of representing data. Scientific articles and publication are full of information. Thus, delivering these data or information to the readers can be incredibly hard. Even if the study does not contain a great number of information and the result is straightforward. Represent these data in a better way.
Data collection is defined as a procedure of collecting, measuring, and analyzing accurate insights for research using standard validated techniques. So basically, a researcher can evaluate the hypothesis on the basis of collected data. So what is data analysis? It is defined as a process of cleaning, transforming, and modeling data to discover useful information for business decision making. Of carbon footprint, calculation of food category. From the table, we can know that beef have the highest carbon emission, whereas lamb and mutton have the lowest carbon emission. Or the carbon footprint calculation of transportation, electricity, and water consumption. Based on the calculation, car has the highest carbon emission, whereas train has the lowest carbon emission. So as for the factors that influence you to buy non-essential goods, most people agree that promotion influences them the most in buying goods. Carbon footprint of UTM students and Malaysians families' consumerism activities can be calculated by the formula below.
Justification of Malaysian families. We got 82 responses. 57% are girls and 42% are boys. Different numbers in household size. The majority has more than 5 people. And almost 90% responses are from age category of 18 to 25. There is variety, and household income is variety as well. In this chart, we can see how many kilometers do the responses travel in a week and using what transportation. Obviously, the car is the most for long distance. The charts represent the electricity consumption in kilowatt and water consumption in cubic meter.
This is the demographic information of the participants in the survey. 80% of them were male, or 20% of them were female, and the average age of the participant was 20 years old, where the range of income 1 to 3,000. This study aimed to collect UTM students' data related to carbon footprint and consumerism within 1 week. As UTM students spend from 50 to 100 on food, whereas 10 to 50 on beverages, clothing, water, electricity, and entertainment. For the calculation purposes, the participants were asked to specify how many kilograms of different items of food do they buy in a week. Transportation is a main cause of carbon footprint emission. Thus, the graph here is addressing the distance that have been traveled by the participant using different set of transport.
could be said that in average, a Malaysian family contributes much higher for the carbon footprint during consumption of food. The possibility of this happening could be due to larger household size in Malaysia compared to both Thailand and the USA. The typical household size in Malaysia being 4.31, while in Thailand being 3.7 and in USA 2.7. So behind Malaysia comes USA in this list of second highest carbon footprint emitting country, and then Thailand.
Conclusion: with the availability of both primary and secondary data, it can be said that Malaysian families contribute more than an American family and a Thailand family for the total carbon footprint for food. American households contribute more for the emission greenhouse gases for electricity and water compared to Malaysia and Thailand households.